Damn! Damn! Yo, what's a goody guy gang? It's me, Jujutsu Kaisen, and welcome back to the channel. We're reacting to the top 10. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing with my hands right now. We're reacting to the top 10 tournament fights in anime by, who made this? ViniiTube. Without further ado, let's get straight to the video. Oh yeah, I gotta have this, of course.
The tournament arc's truly a wonder of battle shonen. I'd say that probably some of the best moments in battle shonen were born out of these arcs. You know, arcs that feature a lot of gripping combat and even more emotional backstories that get unraveled in the course of a battle. Tournament arcs also provide a good way for the writers to showcase various powers and capabilities of some out-of-focus characters. These are the arcs when dream matches happen. These are the arcs where you suddenly find out how badass that side character can really be. Enough of that though, I'm getting really excited to start counting down my top 10 favorite tournament arc battles in shonen anime. But before anything else, I've noticed that a lot of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed yet. Now that's why I'd like to encourage you to hit that subscribe button to help the channel out and boost its standings on the YouTube algorithm so we can grow this community together. Now, we start off with Yuno versus Real.
I've never seen Black Clover, so I'm interested. Let's see what they talk about. Ooh.
In contrast to the long, gritty wars that tournament fighters wage, this is a comparatively short fight. Shorter doesn't necessarily mean worse though. And while lacking the impact of those long, dramatic fights do, this battle does show a great exchange, made all the more enticing thanks to the anime team's work on the adaptation. It's a nifty exchange of counters between magical abilities. Yuno and Real decide to push the tempo to the next level, unleashing their trump cards. While Yuno seems to have the upper hand in the exchange, Real seems to just have the perfect counter for it. With their magical blast stalemating, the fight just ends. Yep, Real destroys his own crystal to end the match. An interesting thing here is that Real lost because of his own power here. It's a pretty nice fight, and while I wanted more of a conclusive finish, I think that the twist is quite cool and helps protect both combatants from future battles. Next, we go to one of the big up-and-coming hits in the shonen scene, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Alright, I've seen a few episodes. It's fire. Oh, okay. Big ass panda.
Jujutsu Kaisen has been getting a lot of traction due to the sheer impact of the rule of cool. I mean, come on, with so many flashy battles and Mappa's amazing art and animation team all over it, I wasn't surprised to see Jujutsu Kaisen be so well received. I'm also not surprised that we're getting a fight from the series as a representative when I decided to make a top tournaments fights list. Our rep this time is Panda versus Mekamaru. When I first read the scene in the manga, I had some really high expectations, but those were just blown away when I saw how amazing the fight looks in anime format. For first time watchers, I felt that this could seem a little bit weird actually. I mean, only in Tekken would a panda fighting a mechanical woodman thing make sense. However, all those worries would be flushed away the moment you see how impactful the attacks on the tempo swings in the fight became in animated format, largely thanks to Mappa magic. For those not watching Jujutsu Kaisen, this could serve as a benchmark of what you can expect out of this series, and you are missing out by not watching it.
Yeah, y'all ain't seen it this far. Ooh. Ooh. Picked him up by his head, by his skull meat. Oh my. That just looks unfair.
Next is Yujiro versus Gakugayo from Baki. For as long as I knew him, I've always seen Yujiro to be the ultimate last boss in Baki. That much is obvious, but unlike a lot of other supposed endgame villains in anime, Yujiro just seems too overpowered all the way through. I can't see any chink in his armor, and he's just an unstoppable force who simply stomps and bulldozes his way through fighting tournaments.
So the old man code,
Gakugayo. Make no mistake, I never thought that Yujiro would lose this fight, but Gakugayo had a lot of people in the first half by backing the former into a corner. A first half that consists of just a few seconds, but he did make Yujiro second think his relentless assault for a moment. Flashy techniques and all, Yujiro versus Gakugayo is basically a glorified stomp. That doesn't make it any less entertaining. In fact, I'd say that this sudden twist of Gakugayo seemingly having a chance, if even just for a split second, makes the fight worth the watch.
Oh, yo, them bed. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Up next, we have an entry from Pokemon. That's right. Did you know that once upon a time, Pokemon transcended its identity as the morning kid show that everyone knows and turned full shonen? There's a reason why the Kalos saga had been touted as one of the best in the show's storied run, a far cry from the highly criticized Unova arc. People also remember it for being the closest Ash has been to a championship before finally winning it a couple of years back. Along the way, we got treated to a lot of crazy fights, mostly involving Grey Ninja's anime exclusive form, and the most memorable of them for me was the fight against Mega Sceptile. I haven't been this excited for a Pokemon fight in a while, and the battle between the two Pokemon lived up to the billing. Even with a type disadvantage, you have Ash and Grey Ninja pulling through in a climactic battle with quality that people typically don't know the Pokemon anime for. Overall, I think that if there's a fight to convince anyone to check out some Pokemon anime episodes for, this would definitely be one of them.
Hey, I might have to watch that.
Being a boxing anime and all, it's no surprise that Hajime no Ippo finds its way to the list. Its representative this time, Ippo versus Sendo.
God
Great
damn.
rivalry starts somewhere, and for those who love the rivalry between Ippo and Sendo, you can see the root start somewhere in the Rookie King tournament. There's a lot of anticipation entering the fight, as we just saw Ippo deal with some clouds in his mind entering the fight. Perhaps the psychological disadvantage would prove to be his
That nigga say he part of the Weaving Nation. Hey, Leland, hey, you got a new member, nigga.
Not that it seemed to affect the outcome of the fight when all said and done, though.
Damn,
the two go at each other in a grueling war. Ippo manages to land decisive blow after another, resulting in the match ending with a shocking twist. It gave us one of the most iconic visuals in early Hajime no Ippo, with the unconscious Sendo down but not completely out of it. He looked extremely strong in defeat, and I think the fight just further proves how much of a badass he is. I probably don't need to tell you this anymore, but this fight would soon lead to a second round down the line. Their duel in the Lollapalooza arc ended up being one of my favorite fights in the series.
Hey, yo, this anime look fire as hell.
Before we move on to the next entry on the list, I'd like to take this time to thank today's sponsors,
Alright, brother. I appreciate it. I already have it, bro.
Pretty much a pit. Goku vs. Jiren pretty much epitomizes what Dragon Ball's been known for. Explosions, insane powers after another, impeccable guts, and the will to win. Many consider the honorable Jiren to be one of the strongest mortals in the Dragon Ball Super universe. So what happens when he goes all out against the protagonist who knows no quit? Some Dragon Ball goodness, that's what. Even with Goku's multiple power-ups, he still finds himself on the ropes and on the brink of defeat. But as we know from Goku, defeat only serves as further motivation to go beyond his limits. It's an overwhelming display of power that Dragon Ball popularized, and it's great that newer generations of fans can enjoy the insanity thanks to Dragon Ball Super. In fourth place is a plucky hero versus an overwhelming force fight
I've never seen it.
in Gon versus Hisoka.
Never seen this either. People love it. I don't know. I've tried watching it. I don't know.
Heaven's Arena in Hunter x Hunter has had its fair share of noteworthy moments, and I'm positive that you fans remember that it also brought us one of the best tournament fights in the entire series, Gon versus Hisoka. By far one of the best fights in the series as a whole. I mean, we can argue that there are battles with more intensity and emotional impact, but who doesn't like an underdog fight? Especially one pitting our idealistic Sparkplug against one of the most sadistic villains anime's ever seen. Gon versus Hisoka was a fight where I just couldn't help but root for Gon, despite the huge disadvantage he's going up against. I can't imagine a scenario where Gon pulls out a win, but I can't certainly see a tie or an honorable loss, and that's really what happened. The fight shows off the combatants' creative arsenals and provides a good character development checkpoint for our hero. If you're a person looking to get into Hunter x Hunter, but want to just skim through the sagas and all, make sure you don't skip this specific fight for Heaven's Arena arc. Seriously.
And this anime isn't finished, is it? I don't think it's ever gonna finish it. What the hell? Damn, good mink. My nigga gone. I thought this was great, bro. This was fire.
If you you ask
I
me
need to
who
start watching My
Deku's
Hero
biggest
again,
rival
too.
in the series is, I'll answer Bakugo without hesitation. Nonetheless, Todoroki also makes one good
The fight
secondary
Deku had
rival,
with
a calm and melancholic foil to the
Bakugo
boisterous
too, that was
Bakugo.
fire
I could
as
talk
hell
about the
too,
fight,
that was
but I
in
want to
the
highlight the
tournament,
character
but
development in this fight more.
I
This
said
fight
that.
is
That fight was
the
fire as fuck.
highlight for Todoroki's character arc early on, and despite the fight being awesome and all with its twists and turns, I still find it secondary. Even in defeat, Deku has managed to grab the greatest victory of them all, saving Todoroki and allowing him to start accepting the potential that he shunned for so long. This is a fight that just keeps getting better and better the more
he
you
only
watch
used
it.
his
Perhaps
eyes
the
because he
anime
wasn't.
team blowing
He
a
had daddy
season's worth
issues.
of
He wasn't
budget on
fucking
a
with his
fight has
father.
something to
He
do with
wasn't
it,
fucking
adding to the
with his
context
father.
and the character stakes in this fight. Talk about an about face in the narrative too. My first time watching, I expected Deku to win and move on to settle things with Bakugo, but looks like we got denied that match. Nonetheless, when it's all said and done, I did like the direction the story went to.
Yeah, good ass fight. This is a good ass fight.
Let's travel back in time again for our second place fight.
Yu Yu
Yusuke
Hakusho
versus Toguro.
That big, swole nigga to go. Yo, his head is so little.
How can we have a top tournament fight list without talking about probably the most remembered tournament arc in anime history? The Dark Tournament arc from Yu Yu Hakusho. I even dare say that it's the magic of the Dark Tournament arc that paved the way for the newer generations of anime and their own spins on tournament arcs. Of course, the trademark fight of the arc is the emotional slugfest between Yusuke and Toguro. In terms of the art, I don't think that this fight holds up that much to the best of modern anime, but the emotion is still there. It's still an exciting fight through and through, and as Yusuke tries to dig deep into his bag of tricks, he keeps getting rammed into a brick wall of power that is Toguro and his ever-increasing percentages. I know it's not marketed as an underdog fight as much as some of its kin, but this fight, I can say, is despair personified for any shonen hero. In terms of suspense, this fight has to be up there. You know that Yusuke has to win somehow, but with each passing moment, I just grew more and more unsure of how our hero would pull it off. Seriously, how are you going to put a stop to the personification of the "this is not even my final form" meme?
Damn. Yeah, this gotta be number one. This had to be number one. Of course this is number one. Come on now. What are we doing? What are we really doing?
At the very top of the list is one of the best underdog fights in all of anime, Rock Lee versus Gaara. There are lots
Boy,
of
Rock
memorable
Lee
moments
came
in
in with the
Naruto's
straight
Tunic Exama.
hands.
Among the numerous highlights that you can dig from this treasure
Fast
of an
as
arc
fuck.
is probably
Beating
one of the
Gaara
best
up.
fights in the series that's really aged beautifully. Rock Lee versus Gaara. In one corner, you have the stoic killer and arc boss
Boy,
material
he was
Gaara.
not
One look,
ready
and you
for
immediately
this.
get the impression
Boy, he
that this
was
is the
not
kind
ready
of
for me,
character
bro.
who'd be left for Naruto to defeat at the end of the
He
arc.
was
In the other
not
corner
ready
is
for
comedy
that, bro.
mainstay Rock Lee, who's no slouch but has yet to prove himself to be a big threat. It should be a stomp to push Gaara and have him move on, right? No. Rock Lee more than puts up a fight, pushing Gaara to the defensive and overwhelming him. It's not even the standard jobber 5 seconds of
come on,
offense
like,
before
bro,
getting
this-
destroyed. Rock Lee simply spends a lot of the fight outright pummeling and destroying Gaara. Of course, given character hierarchy, that effort doesn't
Beating
stick.
him down.
Gaara stands tall at the end, but you can't deny that the story did a great job of making it seem
Fucking
that Lee
hit and
had a
lotus
legitimate
his
chance.
ass.
The mystique of Gaara being that scary, unbeatable force was gone, and the deed was done by Rock Lee of all people
And
in a
fucking
super
broke-
badass
and
showing that
broke
makes
his
this my
fucking-
number one pick for best tournament fight in
Fucking Gaara
anime.
just broke his fucking bones. Like, Jesus, like. Primary loader! Boy. Knock
That
the
more or
sand
less
shit
wraps up
out of
this
him.
list, and I want to ask you this question. Do you think that Rock Lee versus Gaara deserves the top spot?
Yes.
I'd love to hear your thoughts
Yes,
on this, so
yes, it
head off to the
does.
comment section
Yes,
if you
it
want to
does.
share your opinions. Special thanks
I
to
can't think of any other
Zodiac15 and all
tournament
other
arcs
Patreons for
that
making
also-
this video
yeah, that
possible.
deserves
Don't
to be
forget to
number
check
one.
it.
Alright, y'all. That's the end of the video. If y'all enjoyed it, leave a like. What was your favorite tournament fight? Let me know in the comments below. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. It's been your boy Trey God, and I'm out here. Peace. See ya.